Hey, what's up guys, Devil Gamer here. We're back with more Battlefield 4 loadouts, and we're doing our first sniper rifle, and we're starting out with the Accuracy International L96A1. And first, before we get into this at all, I'm gonna say sniping Battlefield 4 is pathetic, and it's pathetic. The way it's done and the speed at which the round travels as you shoot, it's off. It's something wrong with it. It needs to be fixed. To me, it just seems like you're throwing a softball out of the front of this thing, and that needs to be changed. It really just feels like it's very slow, and it shouldn't. And so I'm not a big fan of using any sort of sniper rifle whatsoever on Battlefield 4. But regardless of that, we're going to talk about the L96A1, about it in real life and in game, and post some clips in the background. But anyways, L96A1, it was developed by Accuracy International for the British competition to replace their Enfield series sniper rifles back in the 80s, because they used Enfields all the way up until the 80s as their sniper rifle. That was it. It was Enfields with optics on it, and that's pretty crazy since that was a weapon used for pretty much World War, for a long time. The Enfield was around for a long time, and it was well overdue, and this weapon definitely was a great replacement for it. Now, there are quite a few versions of the L96A1, and one of the best ones is the Arctic Warfare model of it, and it pretty much has its own de-icing function to where it can operate in temperatures where other guns would just cease to operate completely. And it has a way to de-ice its internals and keep it operational, and it's just a marvel of engineering with firearms. This weapon, anything from Accuracy International is just amazing. I'm going to say that now. If I had a chance to own one of their firearms, I would in a heartbeat. I would probably cut off my toe for one of them. They're just ridiculous. These weapons are able to maintain a first round hit no matter what's going on with them. The barrel could be completely fouled, and you'll get a first round hit off of it every time, and that says a lot. There are plenty of weapons out there that are used by militaries that if you don't maintain them well enough, you are not going to get a cold bore hit first round. No, it's not going to happen. The L96A1 will do that with its barrel completely foobar to the point where any other weapon would have been just trashed. It would have been thrown in a recycling bin. The L96A1 is capable of actually maintaining that, and that's why it's being adopted all over the place. There are tons of countries, and the US needs to be one of those countries that adopts this weapon because it is amazing. It is an amazing weapon. A lot of people don't know the stock to it. Everyone thinks it's a polymer, or you got the polymers now and the wooden stocks. Everyone thinks that stock's polymer. It's actually an aluminum stock, and it's a really cool way they did it, and it's very light. It's not heavy at all. There's a ton of different calibers for them and different models for the L96A1, but the actual L96A1 that is used is a 308 7.62x51, standard NATO. Same thing as your M40 series weapons. It's a good round, reach out touch, take some damage, but the L96A1 is just a powerhouse, and it just holds sub-MOA perfectly, no matter what's wrong with it, and it's just a great rifle, and it's definitely shown its colors in battle and been able to hold its own. Now, in Battlefield 4, like I said, the way sniping is in Battlefield 4 is just, to me it's weird. It just feels like the round is coming out so slow, and the way they exaggerated the tracer and the vapor behind the round, it just, to me, is just a complete waste. It throws me off so bad. It really does. And I understand why they did that. I understand why they did, to help people who are just getting taken out by snipers left and right, to be able to identify where the rounds are coming from, leaving that extra vapor trail there. And that vapor trail hangs for a while, and it's completely exaggerated. But I understand why they did it. But to me, it really, it makes it hard for me. I'm not the best sniper in this game. I don't really usually like doing it. I just do it when I get bored. My main setup for this, I don't really use the L96A1 as a long range whatsoever. I usually use it to a medium range engagement sniper rifle, just if I'm going to be moving around from place to place, a little hide to hide. If I plan on sitting on a hill and taking people out 1,000 meters away in this game, I'm not using the L96A1. To me, it feels more like an on the move, moving from position to position rifle. I do employ the muzzle brake, even though to me it feels like it really doesn't do anything. I still do employ it. 8 magnification scope is a must. If I do anything close range, it is the L-can. I'll rock the L-can on it. But, you know, the short bolt, everybody's got to do that because, you know, it's not a one-round guaranteed kill. So, of course, the faster you can rack around in there, the better. So that's a must. Laser sight, I don't know. I've rocked it with this, and I've gotten those close no-scopes. But to me, they're so rare, it really becomes pointless to even have it equipped. There's so many other options you can do without that. So it's just, to me, it's just pointless. And it gives away your position a little more. I mean, even though the over-exaggerated glint off your optics gives you away, the laser sight will also give you away too. But the 8 magnification seems like a really good, it's just a fairly balanced weapon. The accuracy, to me, all the sniper rifles, they just share the same accuracy. I really don't see a difference whatsoever, even though the numbers are different on the screen. To me, in game, they feel the same, and it's the same way with the L96A1. And to me, it just feels like they're all the same, and it just feels like it comes down to personal preference. I feel like the L96A1 has its place among the sniper rifles in this, and that's just more of a medium range, on the move, moving from position to position weapon. But it doesn't really stand out in the long-range department with the accuracy. But it has, like I said, it has its place, and definitely on the move. What I've been kind of using it for, as you can see in this clip, is just, you know, hanging right behind everybody else and moving into position behind people just to lay down those longer range shots to drop those guys that are taking well-aimed shots on the guys in front of me. And that's kind of how I do it. I just move up with the group with the sniper rifle. And it seems like the L96 is just perfect for that. It kind of feels a little more responsive than the other with the other bolt-action rifles. It feels like you can reload faster, you can get back on target faster. And it's just, it comes down to personal preference. I mean, everybody can, like I said, to me, they all kind of do seem the same, and it's really hard to just say that this is one of the best ones. But I do enjoy using it a lot better. And even if it isn't because I enjoy it because it feels better, I just enjoy it because the L96A1 is one of my favorite bolt-action weapons in real life. So that's probably why I do enjoy it a little bit more, since to me most of the rifles do seem the same. But it's definitely a great weapon, and I'm glad they did add it back. It was kind of a surprise. I was kind of bummed out when I didn't see it in the loadout when I first got the game up and running, but I'm glad they brought it back for the DLC because it was one of my favorite weapons from Battlefield 3, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad to see it back. But we're going to continue the loadouts. I'm going to be pumping out a lot more of these because you guys have seemed to really like the history of the weapons. You know, you guys really like when I talk about weapons in real life because I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. But we're going to continue this, and we're going to be doing some more Battlefield 4 stuff in the future. But if you want to see a weapon, request it below in the comments. Let me know what you want. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Okay, he is looking to the right, Upchucker, to the right. Around here somewhere, straight ahead of us. Serpentine a bit.
Yep. Reload.
Keep moving, just keep moving.